Welcome student to my channel Educare Maths and Science. Today also discussion about the physics motion in one dimension. Previous day I just discussed the scalar and vector quantity and the rest and motion. Today the one under this motion and one dimension, the speed and velocity. You know very well speed and velocity, but what basic difference of speed and velocity? I just write down all the difference and other things for the time saving. So first one, I always say, you always say always the speed. Speed and velocity, the basic difference. Speed is the scalar quantity, only the magnitude is there. But in case of velocity, this is the magnitude at the same time as the direction is there. Okay, so velocity is the vector quantity and speed is the scalar quantity. In case of speed, just I deduct here, speed value is there. Suppose 5 meter per second, the value is there. So it's a scalar quantity, but there is no direction indicated. And is indicated UV. U, the initial is speed, V is the final speed. Okay. So speed actually the total distance covered by time. Suppose a 10 meter is in 10 second. So what is the speed? 10 meter by 10 second. So speed is calculated distance by time. The speed is denoted by V, distance is S and T is time. So actually S is equal to Vt. No problem. There is no indication of the direction. Okay. So actually distance. So speed cannot be 0. Okay. Because distance is not 0. In case of the previous, the displacement and distance are basic difference. In case of velocity actually depend on the displacement by time. So if the displacement is 0, velocity may be 0. Okay, no problem. SI unit of speed is meter per second. CGS unit centimeter per second. Speed cannot be 0 for that reason, because speed is distance by time. Distance cannot be 0. If you just move, in case of the circular, if you just move from here to here, here to here, so certain distance you always covered. That is the distance. That is the basic difference between speed and distance and displacement. But what is the displacement? Displacement is the final and the initial position. Here is the, in case of the circular path, displacement 0. When the displacement 0, the velocity is 0. But in case of the distance is not 0, so speed is not 0. Okay. So now the basic thing is what is actually called the uniform speed. Very important thing. Uniform speed means all are uniform, means unit. That means equal distance in equal time. Suppose each and every minute you cover 5 meter. Each and every minute 5 meter. So this is taken in from A to B 1 second, B to C in 1 second. Each and every minute you cover the equal distance. This is the equal distance. Each and every minute, this is the 1 second you cover 5 meter. Okay. So what is the meaning of this slide? Very interesting. First I say you, the concept must be clear, the basic concept clear, the solution. In case of mathematical deduction, in the case of physics, it will be solved easily. Okay. Equal distance in equal time. What is the inner meaning? Equal distance. This is a 5 meter. This is a 5 meter. This is a 5 meter in equal time. That is the meaning of this. Here is S, T1, T. Both are T second, and the equal distance. That is the very important thing. Okay. 5 meter in 1 second. That means each and every 1 second it's cover 5 meter. That is the equal distance in equal time. Okay. That is called the uniform speed. The speed is not changed. That called the uniform speed. But non-uniform, that means the variable speed is changed. Suppose equal distance, this is the 5 meter. This is the 5 meter. Equal distance you draw. This is the 5 meter. So it's take 1 second. It's take 2 seconds. It's take 3 seconds. Suppose, okay. Sorry. It is the unequal distance. You just calculate here. The unequal unit time. Unequal distance. Suppose this is 2 meter. This is suppose 4 meter. This is suppose 5 meter. This is 1 second you take. This is 1 second. This is 1 second. Okay, no problem. Unequal distance in equal time. Unequal distance. In 1 second 2 meter. First one. But in 1 second this is a 4 meter. in 1 second is a 5 meter. That means the unequal distance from A to B. Suppose A to B 2 meter, B to C is 4 meter, and C to D is a 5 meter. Unequal distance. Unequal distance cover each and every equal time. That is a variable speed. That is called the variable speed. S1 distance, S2 distance, S3 distance, but the equal time. That is called the non-uniform or variable speed. Okay. Suppose each and every time actually you cannot maintain the same speed. We just moving in and around. If there is the long distance, there is too much, there is no crowded. If you just maintain a certain speed. But if there is a congested, suppose is the crowded, a car is moving in the crowded speed. কখনো সময় থামতে হচ্ছে, কখনো the speed is back down, কখনো আস্তে কখনো জোরে, when you just running very fast, কখনো তুমি slow down করতো. Each and every time the speed is changed. That means in equal time you just speed, that means the distance is unequal. Suppose in 1 second 2 meter, suppose in 1 second 3 meter, suppose in 1 second this is 1 meter also. So equal time but unequal distance covered, that is called the variable speed. Okay. The congested area each and every time is not practical always maintain the same speed. But equal time equal distance is not maintained, because then is up and down. So then the crowded place unequal distance is covered by unit time. Okay, that is called actually the uniform on non-uniform or variable speed. So ultimately what is, you just calculate the average speed. Average speed means total distance by total time. How much distance you covered in how much time is required. So total distance by total time, that is called the average speed we calculate. Speed always be positive, it cannot be negative, always is a positive side. And the total distance by total time, now the average speed is not zero. No, nothing is not zero, because total distance is always more than 1, more than 0. So for that reason the average speed is not 0. But in case of the velocity, next here is the velocity, that is velocity distance travel per second in a specific direction. This is a very important thing. In case of the velocity, the magnitude is same, no problem in case of speed and velocity. But in case of velocity, you just mention a particular direction. That means a car is moving in particular direction 5 meter per second. Suppose this is the north direction. This is actually indicate the velocity. And you just move a car, this is 5 meter per second. You not mention any direction. So actually this is speed. But if you just mention the direction, that is the velocity. Particular direction. Okay. So now velocity means distance travel per second in a specific direction. So for that reason, here is only the value. Here is value and here is direction, both. For that reason, this is a scalar quantity. Also, this is a vector quantity. Okay? Vector quantity. And velocity is calculated the displacement by time, not the distance. A very important basic difference. In case of velocity, displacement by time. So for that reason, velocity may be 0 because the displacement is 0. Maybe this displacement is 0. And velocity actually denoted by u this arrow, v this arrow. Velocity may be 0 when displacement is 0. Meter per second, meter per second. Suppose this this is here the same velocity. When the same velocity means same speed and same direction. Very important thing. Same speed and same direction. This is the same velocity. This is 5 meter per second in this direction, 5 meter per second in the same direction. So at the same time, number 2, at the same velocity means same speed, 5 meter per second in towards the north. Suppose this is north, here is also north. And same direction, this is north, both. But the different velocity means same speed but different direction. This is the same speed in 5 meter per second, but this is the north direction. And the same speed 5 meter per second is the south direction. That means this is a different velocity. Because the direction is changed. Here is a particular thing is the direction. Value is same. 5 meter per second. Value is same 5 meter per second, but the direction is changed. So the different velocity. Okay. So same velocity and different velocity. Now one is the uniform velocity. Uniform velocity. Uniform velocity means equal distance in a particular direction in equal interval of time. That means here is equal distance, equal distance. This 5 meter, 5 meter, 5 meter, equal interval of time and the same direction. Equal distance, particular direction, equal distance, suppose the 5 meter, this is 5 meter, this is 5 meter. Okay. And the in the interval term, suppose this is a 2 second, this is also 2 second, this is also, and the same direction. So uniform velocity means equal distance in a particular same direction in equal interval of time. This is called the uniform velocity. The 2 or 3 things: equal distance in a same direction and the equal interval of time. This is the uniform velocity. Now, what is the non-uniform velocity? Non-uniform velocity or the variable velocity. Variable velocity, the two condition is there. One is, suppose one is unequal distance. Suppose this is 5 meter, this is 6 meter. Unequal distance, equal interval of time. This is suppose taking 1 second, this is suppose 1 second. But the unequal distance, 5 meter in 1 second, 6 meter in 1 second, unequal distance, equal interval of time, this is the 1 second, and in the particular direction, same direction. Suppose this is towards north, this is also towards north. This is called the variable velocity. So two things are same. Equal interval of time, 1 second, here is 1 second. Equal interval of time, same. Equal direction, towards north, but the these are different. The unequal distance. So is the variable velocity. And other is this. Both are same. This is the equal distance, 5 meter. This is also equal distance, 5 meter. This taken equal interval of time. This is suppose this is the 2 second. This is also 2 second. But in equal distance, equal interval of time, but direction is changed. Here is towards north, here is towards south. That is the variable velocity or non-uniform velocity, because of direction. Same distance, 5 meter, here is also 5 meter. Same, 2 second, but this is towards north, this is towards south. Direction is changed. If the direction is changed, velocity is changed. Okay, so that is called the variable velocity. Here is the result of this. So velocity, if you take the positive, this is take negative. The velocity may be positive, may be negative. Depends on the direction. Here is towards the north, this is towards the south. If this is a positive, so this is a negative. The velocity may be positive, may be negative. Now the average velocity actually displacement by time. In a circular, this, if you start from here, this to this, what is the displacement? Displacement is 0. Time is this. So average velocity is 0 because the displacement is 0. Clear? Because each and every, even circular path, it will just move it. Suppose the point is there. So this is the tangentially actually moving this way, but it's turned this. Each and every time the direction is changed. In that position, this is the actually the moving is this, but it's turned to this. Here is the color, different color. It turns to this. So each and every time the direction is changed. This is 5 meter per second. This is 5 meter per second. But the direction is changed. If this direction is actually cutting this, but it's turned to this. Each and every time the direction is changed. If the direction is changed, in case of the circular path, this actually causes the variable velocity. Variable velocity means each and every time the direction is changed. So it's the variable velocity. each and every circular path, each and every time. Actually, movement, always you just move. Suppose this the point is here, actually moves. This point to this direction. Is but it's turn to this, turn to this. The turn is this. So that means the direction is changed, the variable velocity. Okay. If average velocity, that means the displacement by time. If it's moving, you just from here, you just and this. You move here, then come here. So if the final position and the initial position are same, so displacement is zero, the velocity is zero. Okay, that is the basic concept of the velocity and speed. The other day, the basic concept is rest and motion. So you have the clear idea about the basic concept of things, and the concept is clear. And the next day, I just upload the acceleration. So the basic concept clear. You just do all the sums, all the problem created sums arise. You can solve it because for the concept must be clear. The direction, the units, the these. What is the actual thing of speed and velocity? Uniform speed, uniform velocity, variable speed, variable velocity. Okay. So if you just growing a conception, the automatically all the sums will be very easier to you, and mathematical part also be clear to you. Okay. So this is for today. If you just understand, please share and subscribe the channel. Okay. So thank you. Next day I will upload a different video. Okay. For that. Thank you. Thank you, student. Thank you.